Babe Ruth has one MVP, Tim. Please tell us why one MVP.
Well, Dan, there wasn't an MVP, an official MVP, until 1931. There were unofficial kind of MVPs before then, but they didn't really count. He won it in 1923. But you were only allowed to win it one time back then. So when you look at the voting from 1927, Lou Gehrig won the unofficial MVP in 27. And I looked up the voting that year, and Ruth didn't get any votes, and he had 60 homers. So he was disqualified. Dan, this is the bottom line. If they had had the MVP when he played his entire career, he would have won at least 10 MVPs. 1920 through 1931, the only 2 years that he wouldn't have won the MVP in my mind were 1922 and 1925, and that was because he got hurt. Dan, you understand who we're talking about here. He was the best pitcher in the American League, and then he decided in 1920, I'm going to become a hitter, and he hit 54 home runs. He's the first guy ever to hit 30, 40, 50, and 60 homers in a season. And in that 20 season, we know he out-homered a bunch of teams, but he hit more homers than the next three guys in the American League combined. And from 1926 to 1932, he out-homered the Senators, the entire team, 343 to 327 for a 7-year period. That's who we're talking about here. So if we had had the same rules as we have today, Babe Ruth would have at least 10 MVPs.